Return to Roots Mil2Vet family, we want to thank you. To our brothers and sisters out there, we wanted to take a moment to celebrate some of the incredible accomplishments Mil2Vet has achieved since the inception. What began as a mission to support and bring awareness to our transitioning service members has grown into something far greater than we ever imagined.
That's from being recognized as the #2 veteran podcast for several months to inspiring the creation of the shore-based transition assistance and reintegration program, also known as STAR, a program that is rooted in what Mil2Vet has brought to the forefront. Mil2Vet has also been the beacon of support and empowerment of the veteran community. Here's just a few highlights that we've achieved together. Over 132 episodes produced with Return to Roots podcast. We brought out the Scuttlebutt every first Wednesday of the month, and then hosting an impactful Veterans Series forum every third Wednesday of the month. That's just some of it. We have the monthly senior enlisted breakfast that's been fostering some leadership and camaraderie. 37 unhoused veterans successfully transitioned into permanent housing. 283 veterans employed, securing meaningful career opportunities for veterans.
We have also created some great collaborations and initiatives. We've partnered with the First and Goal Project. We've supported Operation Reboot, participated in stand downs with Nine Line, contributed to Operation Heroes in Transition, HIT, by Overwatch Mission Critical. Some of our partnerships had included San Diego Veterans Coalition, the Orange County, LA County Vets Coalition, Pacific Northwest Vets Group, San Diego City College Veterans Service Center, strengthening the resources and services for veterans on campus. These milestones represent only part of our journey. With countless contributions and stories that may be forgotten along the way, together we've created opportunities, built connections, and driven meaningful changes to our community.
I'm also proud to announce that Yogi, the other dude on the screen, was elected as the Veteran Caucus Chair, representing 1.8 million. That's a lot of students, California community college students, in the Student Senate for California Community Colleges. He's continuing the mission and achieving even more. And Mil2Vet, we are going to be here for all of that. Let's look at some inspirational guests that have shared their stories. What do you think, Yogi?
Absolutely. We're going to talk about Enrique Gonzalez and the importance of technical knowledge and leadership skills.
I often say that we are the 1% that the 99 learned how to live without. And when you come out here, they just don't know you. And so you're going to have to focus on what it is that you are going to go into, read some of that textual, that technical knowledge, and then also get into your position, right? So if it's leadership and you're going into leadership, any of the John Maxwell books will serve you good, right? Any of the Simon Sinek books will serve you well, but it really is particular to you, particular to your flavor, and particular to the industry that you're going into.
So I think what Enrique talked about is pretty important. He also recommended Maxwell's books, and I'm a real big fan of Maxwell. What about you, Yogi? What did you take from
Absolutely.
that?
And Simon Sinek, which is one of my favorite authors, speaking about leadership and starting with the power of why. So next up is Jeff Swan.
Yeah, Jeff Swan, he's up in Washington State and he runs a group of veterans up there, also known as um, Rock Veterans Association. And he talks about the PTSD that he dealt with. It's a pretty insightful video. Here, let's take a look at it real quick.
I'm diagnosed 70% PTSD and I have some other stuff going on as well. There's this one incident back in 2014 where I got some pretty rough news from one of my fellow shipmates I was deployed with over in Afghanistan. Over there, I worked in the BTIF, and that was the prison over there. We had 600 Al Qaeda and Taliban insurgents that we dealt with. It was some pretty hard duty. We'd have feces thrown on us, and it was pretty rough. That changed my life quite a bit, and that's when the desire started to help out individuals dealing with PTSD and not having 22 veterans that commit suicide a day. It should be zero.
Wow, bro, that was amazing, especially talking about his story and how he came up to be able to fight for the 29 a day that we know arguably the number is higher than that. And he's doing everything not only to help himself, but to help all of the people around him.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of really great work up here in Washington State, and I'm really grateful that he shared some of that, and it really resonated with the audience, as this is one of the favorites that was picked from the audience. Let's go into the next one, who is actually she's an active selective reserve recruiter, correct? Brooke
That is
Oachs.
correct. She
Yeah. I
is
may have butchered
a
her last name there, but uh, go
yeah.
ahead,
So
brother.
Brooke is here in San Diego. She is amazing. She was right after we did the interview. She got selected for her first class, and she earned it. And she's been amazing. She's changed so many lives. Continue to stay active around the veteran community. Not only that, but doing a lot of volunteer service, and she's continuing to go to school, which is phenomenal. Her journey of transition from the active duty side, going back home, and then transitioning into the reserves, and then being selected as active duty reserves, it's just been extremely wonderful.
Yeah, Brooke is really well spoken, and not to just mention that she made first class, but she made first class as a hospital corpsman, which is a very competitive rate. So yeah, let's listen to what she's got to say. All right, let's hit it.
I've noticed, especially with like fleet sailors, is they have such like the ones that have such a negative experience, and that's the reason that they're getting out. Is I think people are just being told that they can't do things, or people just make their lives harder than it has to be. So I just really enjoy being that person. You know, at first when someone talks to me, they're kind of like on guard because I'm a recruiter, right? But being sort of that person that's encouraging to whatever it is that they want to do, even if it's crazy. I want to be a professional baseball player. Okay. Well, it's not my job to tell you you can't do that. So let's figure out a way that we can make it work. Okay, you can be a professional baseball player, you're going to need health insurance, type of a thing. So I think that's the part that I really like.
Wow, bro. I really love the fact that she talks about how leadership should be, and what and how it helps to not just focus on the immediate line that we see, right? Just here's the here and the now, but how can we make things happen in order to give our civilians an opportunity to not only be in the service, but deal with life, to make both of those worlds merge. Wow, fascinating.
Yeah, and she's really encouraging people's dreams as well, and helping a lot of people. I know I owe a lot to my recruiter, and I know Brooke is definitely one of those recruiters that's out there that is really looking out for our shipmates that are active duty going to reserves, or like you said, civilian going to reserves.
Build your tribe.